Now the key is to put out a lot of content at the beginning. Spray and pray. Put up this style, vertical, like every type of format until you have what we call a winner or a dinger, right? It's just like, that's the obvious way it should go. That is what I should be doing.
That's the key, is letting the market speak. We've learned too many times that the market will speak. And if you put enough out there, the answers will come back. And it's different for everyone, and we've seen it. It's like, okay, this practitioner does really well with knife and short form content. This long form, all day, such great detailed instructions. And that's the format that works for that person. And if they try to do the other thing that's not working, it will not go viral for them. So you have to really test and figure out what works for your specific brand, your school, your club. And I'll guarantee you, every single one of you in this room has some amazing stories to tell with the students that you're coaching. And if they want to get involved, yeah, what young fighter wouldn't want to get their story out there and blow up on social media?
Now let's talk business strategy, right? How do you use content in order to drive sales? There's only 3 levers you can pull to grow your business. 3. That's simple, plain. You can grow your customer base. You can increase the customer value, so your lifetime value or the amount that you're charging your current customers. Or you can de-risk the business that you're getting more leverage where you can step away from it and go start something else and grow that like a franchise model, or go put your time somewhere else as well too. 3 levers to pull. A lot of people want to focus on the getting more customers, right? How do I get more customers? How do I get more people through the door? And until you get to a point where you're using paid advertisement, it's really difficult. But there are some ways that you can do that. And you have to take advantage of a platform that you're great at. Like TikTok is a really good way to get younger people. You know they're on there, you know they're watching it. If you want to build your kids' program, TikTok might be something that you're interested in. It may not be for you, it may not be for me, but if you are a young kid watching something, or a stay-at-home mom who's like loves to practice the dances, and that's a place you could be and put out free content, martial arts content. Putting out the content, casting your web, does exactly what Eric talked about. It builds trust. Trust is very important when it comes to the next lever, is sales. Marketing is getting them in the door. Sales is when you're face to face with them. So if you can build up a massive amount of trust before they even walk through your door using free organic content, your sales process becomes extremely easy.
The sales are already done.
Yes.
They want to come and get what you have to offer because they found out what you have to offer for free on the internet and the value. They had a taste and they want more.
And so if you start getting good at content and putting it out there, you'll start seeing the pieces of content that perform the best. You're looking for the highest performing pieces. This is what people are interested in. What you then do is siphon out those powerful pieces of content, and if you do have ad spend, you run advertisements off of those pieces of content with direct sales messaging after it. Example, let's talk about the headlock video. Boom, headlock video, throws. And like if Eric and I ran a studio, what we would do is we'd post that video, and at the end of it, we would say, hey guys, I'm in the Calgary area. I know that if you're interested in self-defense, please look us up at this, click the link below, blah, blah, blah. But you need to find out the pieces of content that work, or else you're wasting so much money. Money is it can evaporate. Has anybody ran a Facebook advertisement before? The money can evaporate like crazy if you're not careful with it. So what you want to do is to learn how to use something called a pixel. And pixels, they exist on TikTok and they exist on Facebook and Instagram. And what a pixel does is it literally puts a marker on somebody. And what you want to do is to put as many markers on people as possible with your free organic content. So you post free organic content and you tell your pixel, run around and tag everybody, because that's what it does automatically. Pixel's job is literally Big Brother to track everybody. So you put out free organic content and then you follow it up by tracking them with a pixel. Then once you have your free organic content running, you could say, hey, Facebook, I want to send an advertisement to anybody that's watched 10 seconds of my videos. and I wanted to say and invite them to my studio, or anybody in the Calgary area that wants to watch my videos, or anybody in this area during this time that wants to watch my videos. That is a very powerful, potent way to decrease your advertising spend and increase your conversion rate in order to get customers. Now, sometimes, especially in service-based businesses, you always feel like you're losing so much on the front end of your ad spend when you're acquiring customers. Man, I spent so much money on Facebook and I got 2 people. The problem with where you run into trouble is if you don't know your lifetime value of your customer. Knowing the lifetime value of your customer, how long people tend to stick with you. You're always gonna have people drop out. If it's 6 months, if it's 12 months, if it's 2 years, know the average amount of time people are with you, right? Let's say you know for a fact that people are with you for 6 months. No matter what, on average, 6 months. And in that time, you're gonna make $800 with them. You can spend $400 up front getting that person because the math will work out long tail. You know, because you're smart with your business, long term, I'm gonna have and make $800 of that. I can spend $400 up front. You don't need to think so short term with it, right? So this is how you use ad spend long tail in order to get customers in. It's very complicated and complex, but I'm just giving you like the deep information about this stuff. But if anybody has more questions about the intricacies of that stuff, we can always go into it.
And a lot of people that we've talked to, the common theme is, social media is not for me. I don't have the time. I don't like it. I just want to teach. I just want to do what I do best. There's some ways to hack the system. You know how many broke kids are out there right now? And you know how many broke kids love social media? Hey, free training if you manage my social media account. You, Johnny, are gonna film me spitting fire, and then you're gonna post it. And you don't pay for training. How about that? Now you've got weekly posts coming in the door and you're just doing you. It's a great hack.
Another hack, film the content and leverage third world countries. Apps or platforms like Upwork. And film an hour segment of you, send it off to the Philippines. We like the Philippines, we've tested a lot of countries. Philippines has great results.
They're the best.
And say, take this and turn it into a 10-minute video. And they will, and it'll cost you 20 bucks, right? So there's ways that if you just don't have the time, there's techniques and strategies you can use in order to make the time. We both ran full-time jobs before, like Budo Brothers, when it's infancy. And trust me, putting out the content with 2 full-time jobs is hard, and you're daily posting.
Platforms to check out if you do want to use third party. So Upwork is one. Another one is called Fiverr. Fiverr, F-I-V-R. These are all shared work platforms where creators can come, hey, I'm a video editor. Now you will have to kiss some toads to figure out who is best, but you're risking 30 bucks to figure out they suck. Yeah. It's not that bad. But once you find somebody who understands your look, your feel, what kind of content style you like, they're an asset that's going to keep delivering. We've got some great editors that we work with, and they're super affordable. And when we're too busy traveling and we love editing our own content because we pour our hearts and souls into everything we do, and we actually enjoy the process as well. But when we're just slammed, we got to keep the posts going because that's what keeps new customers coming into our door. Yes. So when we do get really slammed, we offload it. We say, hey, we're out there gathering content, we put it on Dropbox, we send it to our editors. 3 to 5 days later, we get hot videos that we can just post and go.